What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Signs of Life, back here once again. Whew, for another weekly live stream. I see all y'all in the chat. Sounds of Snow, sup, inside the pyramid. Namaste, my friend. Jim White, what's going on? Andy K, IO Flow, Synchrotron, Travesties in the house. Night Psyche, Scott Garman, yo, Mikal, all y'all checking in. I love it. Listen, before we dive in, I want to take this opportunity because there was a lot of hype last week around the 1K and all of that, and I think we've added about 100 new recruits since then. I just want to take the time, just a moment, to thank you guys again for all the support that you guys have shown me. Switch cameras. All the support that you've shown me so far on this journey with this YouTube channel. I feel like now we really have built a community up, and I feel like even if this channel was like deleted tomorrow, you guys still got my back, and that's how strongly I feel about the community that we built. So I just want to say thanks, and I'm really looking forward to taking this into the future with you guys, because it's all about the community and it's all about what we've done here. I mean, Signs of Life started on March 21st, 2021. And now look where we are. So, like I said in previous videos, the confidence that you guys have built up in me to actually make this possible, and all it's an energy exchange, right? It's you guys are learning, I'm building, we're growing, the whole thing together. So, onwards we go, my friends. Thank you guys again. Looking forward to a killer live stream today. We got 20 people watching. We're gonna have record numbers, yo. Wrong 22. Hey, lives are a really cool way to connect. And today I've got a special syllabus plan. So without further ado, I think we should just dive right in because we got plenty of people here. So we are gonna talk about designing a sequence for ambient music, multiple sequences. I've got a pad playing in the background. I just kind of cooked that up real quick before we started, but I really want to dive in. I've got a syllabus here today, so get your screenshots out. All right, so what's on today's agenda? Here's the syllabus. So we're gonna talk about ambient sequences. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna go through a series of steps, and hopefully we're gonna design some stuff that is going to enhance your guys' overall perspective on sequences, and maybe you'll learn something, and maybe we'll make some good music in the process, okay? So we're gonna talk about structured sequences versus random, all right? And what I mean by that is only basing a sequence around like 4 notes or 5 notes, like a pentatonic sequence, versus totally random where you're selecting all the notes in an octave range and you're just telling Riffer or whatever to just like play all the notes, okay? Sometimes there's different places for both of those things, so we're gonna talk about that. Simple sequences are sometimes all you need, okay? And I mean that in the most like general way possible. Sometimes all you need is like 3 or 4 notes. And with the right delay and with the right implementation, that can be all that you need to take yourself off into space. I mean, it really is that simple, okay? Now, let's talk about velocity. Velocity is super important when it comes to sequences, because velocity is like the one thing that if you do it right, it provides your ear like something else to grab onto, rather than something that is so static and monotone. We're gonna talk about velocity, and then we're also talking about the waveforms themselves. So when in doubt, using basic shapes as waveforms. And then over-processing your sequences can sometimes lead to ear fatigue, meaning if you put too much on your sound and you put too much processing into it, like too much chorus and too much phaser and all this other kind of stuff, it's gonna mud up what you've already tried to create with the sequence, okay? And then we're gonna talk about designing sequences pads themselves. I have a short video on that on my channel. And then layering sequences intelligently to create massive buildups, things like that. We're gonna talk about the tools that we use to create sequences. I've got the Hydra cam all set up. We got Hydra going on over here. We're going to talk about using Vital's sample and hold function. We've already gone over that on the channel. But then we're also going to get, like I said, we're going to do a lot of sequencing on the Hydra. And then the final paragraph I called the dream sequence. Why did I call it the dream sequence? I called it the dream sequence because what is the world that you're trying to create with these sequences, okay? What does that world look like? Because when I create sequences and I get really deep in the zone, I start imagining these worlds. And I start imagining the place that I am with those sequences. That's what good Berlin school, ambient music, whatever sequences, that's what it evokes inside of the ear. At least in my mind, all right? And starting with simple ideas and building from there. And then finding sources that carry the sound signature or the aesthetic that you're trying to create. And then going from there, okay? You really have to have a solid goal in mind if you want to make something that sounds like something else, or, you know what I mean? It's hard to just kind of throw like a sine wave up and say, oh, I want it to sound like Signs of Life. It's like, well, hey, you might have to go back and listen to some Signs of Life, or at least design something around a sequence that I made or a sequence that a Senate made or whatever. And not only that, believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. Sequence music is not easy. I learned that the hard way. It's not simple or straightforward. And then focus on your goals and what you're trying to achieve. All right, let me check in with you guys. That was a hell of a syllabus. All right, so I'll be comparing notes. Hey, Chris, what's up? Shane Zacharias. Travis, he says, velocity really helps match the volume in something in Vital. I know that. Dash glitch. I need to know these. I just make curl and let it do the business. Man, it's like you rolling in here with a PhD, man. You already graduated, Dash, you know? We're just talking about some simple stuff today. We're gonna use the Hydrasynth to get there. And then, yeah, inside the pyramid says gate. I don't have fancy enough tools for y'all. I mean, like, seriously? I think Cameron's gonna contact Kilohertz. I need some phase plant in my life. And goddamn, did you guys see the new UVI Falcon video Cameron put out this morning? I watched it on 1.5 speed. Oh, damn. But we have the Euclidean sequencer. So that's one thing that I'm gonna bring up right away is a tool that I use called the Euclidean Sequencer Pro. Now, Euclidean sequencers, I don't know math. All right, I don't do math. I failed algebra in high school. But what I do know is how damn cool math is. All right? In my older age, I've been like really impressed because you have the right brain, you have the left brain, right? The right brain, I'm a right brain dominant person, okay? Bow. Bow. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. I say I'm a right brain dominant person, and meaning I have a creative instinct. I have like an intuitive sense in my right brain. I can create things. I'm a visionary. Right? The left brain is more analytical. That's where the math comes from. That's where your speech comes from. That's where all the structured things in life come from the left brain. Those who can synergize the left and the right brain together, that's true power, right? We do it all the time, but I mean, you talk about dominant versus non-dominant. Some people say, oh, I'm not creative. And some people are engineers. Some people are doctors, you know, whatever. I'm a musician. I try to synergize the left and the right brain together. So math, being left brain activity. The Euclidean sequencer, I'm gonna pop it out right here. The Euclidean sequencer is based on math. Now, polyrhythm is a big hot topic going around these days. Polyrhythm, whatever. Polyrhythm can be as simple as just saying, you're gonna design something around a whole bunch of notes, and then you're going to equally space those notes, but then you're going to vary up the timing of those spaces to create polyrhythms, all right? So the cool thing about Euclidean sequencer is that you can turn it on and it just kind of bleeps and bloops. Now all these points on here are the events. Now I'm gonna add some events. So now we have 5 events out of an 8-bar, whatever. 4-bar, 4-beat, okay? If you just go 8-8, that could be cool. But let's go even simpler than that. All right. See, immediately when I play that minor scale, like when I play that, bum, 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 bum. Listen to this. That's just the default sawtooth on Hydra. But listen. like your mind goes, whoa, wait a minute, what the hell is that? Turn down the filter. You see what I'm saying? Right? Let me switch over. I got a cool camera. Check this out. This is gonna be fun. I got this Hydrasynth cam set up. And some psychedelics. We taking that magic Silo. We taking that Melpin, right? We taking that ethereal cat. Taking you all the way. What's up, Mickey Lee? All right, so you see what I'm saying? With just a simple 4-bar, whatever, 4-note thing, we got something cool going. Now on the Hydra, you can do all kinds of things to the envelopes. That's why I love the Hydrasynth. All right, so let's. Now what I was talking about earlier with velocity is I'm gonna now that's the same velocity. All right, so this is example number 1. All right, this is example number 1. This is the same velocity on all 4 notes. Now I'm going to change the velocity dramatically. Listen to what happens. Right, off the space again we go. What I don't get about the Euclidean sequencer is why is it's hard to make actual real velocity here. I'm working with it. That's kind of interesting though. All right, but that's just a default sawtooth. Let's go for something a little more interesting. All right. So remember what I said. I'm gonna flip out of the camera real quick. Remember what I said about the waveforms themselves, okay? When in doubt, use basic shapes as waveforms. Because the moment you heard me start changing the waveform, it takes you into like Orb's Adventures of the Ultra World. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden you're like, damn, what the hell? And that can be cool, but then let's go back home to a simple sine wave. Sawtooths are the gold standard. I am a sawtooth addict, certified gold standard. I'm addicted to sawtooth waves. It's the best waveform. It's the best. Let's go back to psychedelic cam. So this is a sawtooth. Let's just experiment with the different waves. There's your classic square. So I'm just giving you guys a preview about like, but you can see on Hydra's oscilloscope what it looks like. Right, it's a beautiful square wave. Can you guys see that okay? You really can't, I'm sorry. The depth of field is too low. Anyway. But look what happens when you start getting some crazy waveforms. I love these Horizons ones, they're good. You see what I'm saying? Now, there's no debating how damn good Hydra sounds. Hydrasynth is just a beautiful tool. It sounds so good. And that was just with a simple envelope on the filter and the amp. That's all I did. All right? Now, here's one thing that I think you guys should do more of. Moving your filter across the entire frequency spectrum on an LFO that is free. Okay? And what I mean by that is go into the LFOs, turn off your trig sync, turn on the BPM sync, take it down as far as it can go into the mod matrix, hit the LFO, and change it up. So now the filter is going to open and close Okay? Now what this can do is this can give you some space to add other sequences. Oh wow, that's crazy. No, actually we're gonna go to LFO 3+. Why LFO 3+? Because it's a unipolar. All right, now I'm gonna go back to the regular cam. Now we're gonna stick to our syllabus, all right? So, like I said, when in doubt, use basic shapes, okay? And try not to overcomplicate it. I'm gonna turn off the pad here. I'm gonna turn off the pad sequence. Why? Because we're gonna design something today that has to do with just these simple waves, all right? So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's add some more events to, okay? Now the cool thing about the Euclidean sequencer is that I could add another lane here. Okay, and this lane could be like another octave down. Let's make the events 8. But it's gonna go twice as fast. You see what I'm saying? So now look, now let's go down an octave with this one. Ah, so sometimes they meet in the middle and sometimes they don't. Let's shuffle these up. Oh my God. Hey, chill signs, what's up, man? Vary up the velocity of this. I love this. Now listen what happens when I ground you guys with a bass. All right, so that's just an opening sequence. Bring in the almighty vital here. And we'll do it with a bass. We'll do it with a bass. We'll do it like a real bass. Ready? Don't you feel like you're ready to just take off? Let's not forget where we're going. Take me there, signs of life, go, let's go, man. I'm just playing that live. You see what I mean? Like, it gets your mind going. And that's just simple stuff. And that's sometimes all you need. We started out with the first 4-bar thing. Thanks, man. I agree. The bass works better than pads. What? That's a good point, Michael. Why does the bass work better than pads? And I apologize. My mic is freaking broken. I've tried 2 cables now, and the whole thing just dies. I don't know if it's the mic or it's the DBX compressor. Like, it started dying on me, and I have to plug it in or re-plug it in. If anyone knows why this is happening, I have a DBX 286, like a vocal compressor, and it's been rock solid for like 5 years. And I have a AKG Perception 420 hooked up to it. This is so retrograde. And then now the mic just like dies randomly. I don't think this mic has a battery in it. There's no way you can get a battery in these AKGs. I read the manual. It needs to be resoldered on the microphone side. That's what I thought. It's got to be the mic. It's not the 286. bass work better than the pad. This comes into my point right here. Layering sequences intelligently. Layering sequences intelligently. In the frequency spectrum, you have 25,000 K of frequency. The bass is so far down there that allows the sequence to live in a different zone. Do you guys remember the 1K thing we had last week? The guy I met with, his name is Steven. I hope he's watching or if he's gonna watch this. He was such a gracious guy. He won. But the track that I was helping him with, he had a pad that had no filter on it, and it was all the way across the frequencies. It went from 200 to 10,000. And there was no room for anything else to live. So I told him, I said, dude, if you just use a filter and some reverb on that, you're gonna have tons of space for everything else to live. And I think that's a very important point. So if you're going to layer these sequences, all right, if you're going to layer these sequences, give each sequence a spot to live on the frequency spectrum. All right? Let's get this, let's start laying some stuff down. Let's start laying some stuff down, because then we can build a kind of a track around this, okay? So one of my tricks is, if you have a software sequencer, go ahead and do this, all right? So what I'm gonna do is this is the one we're working with, all right? So I'm just gonna call this Uke, all right? For Euclidean. Let's rename it. I'm working fast here, Uke. And then I'm gonna take another MIDI track, and this works in whatever DAW you have, all right? You're just gonna say, okay, take the MIDI from this, and I'm gonna record it. Now take the MIDI and look at your BPM. Right now we're at 101. I'm gonna go to 999 and then hit record. Ready? This works! I'm telling you, it's fully legit. Certified by Signs of Life. That's totally legit technique. All right, so then go 101 again, and then we're back home, and then you can move the MIDI back up to the track that you are working on, which has your Hydrasynth, and then you can play it. And you can also turn off the Euclidean sequencer if you want, and then, okay, there's your bass sequence. Cool. Now we can turn on the other one, and we can do it. Then we can do it on the other one, and we can do the same thing. So we're gonna turn on the Euclidean sequencer again, and then we're gonna go and turn off the first one, and then we're gonna also record that. Either we can mix them in, or we can make separate tracks. It doesn't really matter. So let's now go here, and now we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go back to 999. Yo, marathon, and then boom, boom, boom. Signs of Life from another dimension, coming down. From Arkenstone Spirit World. All right, so here we go. That was 101, and then boom. And then we could do this on a separate thing or whatever. Like we could even just put like this, and then, you know, this could be Hydra's thing, right? And then we can put Vital over here. Could just be doing this and like that. We go over here, and then boom. You see what I'm saying? And there you go. Like we just laid it down. And then remember to turn off the input. And then you can change the delays on each track. All right? I know, it's serious Pac-Man vibes. Why? Well, the Hydra is not really set up properly. Now we're back home. Oh yeah. All right. Come on, iCloud. There we go. All right, cool. So now let's talk about the other ways we can do this. All right. We can also bring in vital to use the sample and hold. Now, we just did one technique. We used the Euclidean sequencer to just blast it out, 999, and you could repeat the process. So it's like, you could just repeat that, but with the right delay and the right, you know, like thoughtful consideration. And we could also do something faster because those were just 8-bar kind of 4/4, I call them, like 4/4 kind of things. But you could do something like, and a lot of the times in my ambient music, what I do in Starterra, you heard it in the first track, Skybridge on Celestial, was I brought in another sequence that was like, all of a sudden, it was at 32 notes instead of 16. And that completely changed the whole vibe of the thing. Okay? So now let's take Riffer up here. And let me show you what I'm talking about. We're gonna go to C minor and just slap in a riff, tie the notes up. We'll tie like 6 root notes here, making sure that your root note is on C. All right, but we're gonna switch this to 32s. Look what's gonna happen to this. And we'll put vital here. Oh God, this is gonna get crazy. Okay, and then we'll go like this. And let's use the same pad, and then boom, boom. Okay. Hear that? Get that, the freaking divide is in there. That's freaking magic is what that is. I like that, actually. I really like that. All right, so let's go ahead and draw these notes in. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. I have way too much fun on YouTube. I just think it's freaking a blast to teach you guys. All right, so here we go. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll go like that, and we will crop the clip. Oops. This was a little too long, and we'll crop the clip. What the fuck? Come on now. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Let's go. There we go. And we'll crop the clip. It's an F. Whatever. All right, there we go. Loop. All right. There we go. All right. So, how is there a gap there? Why is there a gap there? Oh, okay. Do you hear what that does, though? Like, all of a sudden the mind has a lot of cool, interesting places to go. And you're also grounded with the foundation from that bass note, all right? Now, here's where the real fun comes out. Now we're gonna use Vital, all right? To do our little sample and hold business, okay? So once again, using the random function on the pitch lock, you can get some really cool sequences built up super fast. Y'all know how to do this now, right? Like I say this, like I've talked about this so many times, but it's such a great thing to have in there. I'm sure everyone's gonna do it at some point. Boom, boom, boom. How about that? Like a sus? That's not a sus. That's a sus. That's a sus. Let's go. Yo. All right, let's go. And we're gonna take up to 16. Drawing some beautiful, pretty colors. that down, turn off the paintbrush, take those down, and then I like to reverse some of them. I think that's kind of fun. I mean, why not? Live a little. There we go. Turn that to, tie that to the level. Don't have to go too crazy. Let's do that at, let's enter the value at 24. This is gonna get good. Exactly. That's cool. And again, that's the simple sawtooth stuff. Simple sawtooth stuff. Let's listen to this on its own. That's freaking magic. All right, let's do some stuff with the panning. No, actually, you know what? Let's take it with an LFO. We're just gonna do an LFO there. We'll pan it. Totally. And we'll make it bipolar. Right click, make it bipolar. Okay? There, now it's bouncing around our heads. And then you can do another one. So we can get even crazier than this. We can do another one. But make the second one, I think the second one should only be like an 8-bar thing. Make it simpler, right? So we'll go like this, and we'll go like that, and then make some of them a little taller. Yeah. So you get some really cool, simple rhythms build up. This is such a fun, easy way to like do this. So then enter value, and we'll just go 12. And we'll make this kind of like the bass octave, and then we'll go like this, and this will be set to sample and hold. And we will tie that to the pitch as we did, and then. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Dog. And then tie a second filter. Tie a second filter to the second oscillator. So now that we're both working in parallel there. You had to name it. Nebulae. All right. I'm feeling you. You see that name there? Hey, Ralph, man, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. You know, I kind of opened this whole stream up by thanking you guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for hopping on and showing your love and support for what I do. Like, honestly, this whole community for me has been a dream come true. And now that we're sort of like establishing ourselves, you know, like this is all coming together. I feel confident that wherever I go and whatever we decide to do after this, like the community is gonna stay. And so we're just gonna be here, and wherever I go, you guys are gonna follow me. We're gonna rock and roll through the frickin' on into the future. So I'm super excited about it. All right, so back to ambient sequences. All right, so we just used 3 different tools. 3 different tools. You saw me use the Euclidean Sequencer Pro. You saw me use Riffer. You saw me use Vital Sample and Hold. And for a more detailed, I was kind of going through it kind of fast, but for a more detailed explanation, you can go check out my Vital Sequences video. God damn, that sounds good, doesn't it? Wow. Sometimes I just like to kick back and listen, you know what I'm saying? But this really all ties into the 3rd paragraph. Okay, so y'all don't need expensive sequencers to do this. And a lot of the times I do draw in my sequences by hand, and I'm gonna show you how I do that in Ableton. What was that I was just singing? Don't forget it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna figure out how I could sequence that using 16th notes. All right, so I'm just gonna go draw. I freaking got a frog in my throat all the time. Fall time and count. All right, so so we're gonna go. Mic is gone. Okay, so is that it? Right there? Almost. Haha! Bingo! All right, so here we go. Let's go here, and then we're gonna go that, and that'll be our first starting, like, okay, I'm gonna duplicate. Oh, we're gonna a little farther. We're gonna go. Okay, boom. And now what we're gonna do is stretch it out to like 4 bars, and then we have that as a loop. And what I'm gonna do is design a sort of a patch around that, okay? So here we go. Let's go. Okay, so one of the big features of Anomaly 2, I'm just gonna give this to you guys right now, is that all the wavetables that I'm gonna give you guys in Anomaly, I'm gonna do like 50 or 60 wavetables or something, they're all gonna be editable. All right, so maybe not the first one was, but the second one definitely is. So they're all gonna be wave sources instead of having it be audio file sources. So they're all gonna have keyframes attached to it, and you guys can go in here and edit the wavetables as you would like. Isn't that cool though? I bet it's gonna be a nice touch. Ooh, the sine wave. Life, dog, get it? Now, going back to the original point that I was making about velocity, is that you can change the velocity here to provide your ear a little bit more interesting results, and it can be different every time. Now, what's that feature Ableton has? Probability? Okay, so probability, right? You got the probability, the chance. Ah, yes, here we go. Here's the probability, right? So 100% it's gonna be that thing. So can we go, there's some way you could go like, you can randomize this. I know there is. It's like right click or something, some way. I know there's a way, dude. Does anyone know? If the context menu, do I like hit the something of something? I wish there was just a randomize button. I think there is. I know there is, dog. I'm gonna select a group of notes. If anyone knows, tell me real quick. I'll do it. All right, so then I'll take my velocity one that I created and I'll move it back down and I'll use that as the loop. So I'll just set the loop as like 1 bar and then boom, that's it. So now I have the one that's velocity enhanced. There we go. Selecting a whole group of this and all right, and the randomized like variation. I see that. Okay, so you can have a whole. Okay, so here's what Synchrotron just like. There's a randomized button. Duh, I didn't even see it. So it's like randomized, and then you could say how much of that variation do you want, okay? So like if you set all the velocities, say I go in here with the B key and I just got a drum. Now they're all the same, right? But then I select them all again. And I can go randomize by like, I don't know, 25. And they're all gonna be slightly variated. You see what I'm saying? Right? And then we can do the same thing here. We can just draw them in and go all the chances. I'm moving way too fast and having way too much fun. All right, so boom, like this, and then we'll go like this, and then like that, and randomize. Oh, here we go. There we go. That'll do. Yeah. All right. pleasure, my pleasure. It's gotta be around here somewhere. I don't know where it went. Retrograde strikes again. All right, so anyway, that was fun. So let's talk about the overall effect that we've achieved here today. So we made it happen, right? The world that we're trying to create, this nebulae that we've created, okay? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What are the qualities that create good sequences? Variation, panning, subtle hints and touches of FM. Tricks for your ears to go to. You gotta have places for your mind to expand to. That's what good sequences have. They always have some kind of like element of not only surprise, but it's you're weaving here, okay? You're basket weaving. Literally. All right? Starting with simple ideas and building from there. As you saw, we started with a 4-note sequence. Very simple. All right, finding sources that carry the same sound and signature that you're trying to create. If you're trying to create sequences inside of Vital that don't sound like Ascendant, listen to Ascendant. But start with simple sine waves. Start with simple saw waves. Okay? Use simple waveforms to express yourself in sequence. When in doubt, draw them by hand. Okay? You saw the way I drew this one by hand. I sung it out, I draw it. That's it. And we were even using my guitar with the delay on it to create sequences inside of the sequence. I was just playing around, but it was, you guys got the point. The point was to create something that was dynamic, ever evolving, and just fun to listen to. All right? Think as simple as you can. Overprocessing leads to ear fatigue. You're not gonna like it. Try designing sequences without pads. And then, if you want to, add enough reverb or super massive or anything like that, and it's gonna turn into a pad itself. We used a lot of software sequencers here, but you can also use hardware sequencers, you can use modular sequencers, you can use whatever you got. But it doesn't have to be $5,000 worth of gear to make a good sequence. I agree. The delay is everything. Now, my partner Don has gone on and on about this timeless 3. Oh, you can control the taps, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm not sick of hearing him talk about it because I really want to try it myself, okay? Using different delays. I don't know if you guys know this, but I use the Valhalla Delay over here on Ascend. Look at it very closely. This is my delay setting, okay? Y'all see that? Dotted eighth notes. 100% mix, feedback at 64%, a little bit of color, not too much modulation in there, and the EQ is set at 250 and 6300. All right? Syn Delay 2021, all right? Y'all can just copy that. And whatever delay you got, we got there though. We definitely got there. All right. Believe in yourselves, you guys. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You never know. If you guys feel like you're ready, send us your music. Send it to Exosphere. Send it to Severa. info@samfara.com. I mean, that's the email address. Just, we're waiting for you, okay? We are waiting for you guys to develop the same taste level is what it's really, technique and taste level. Sometimes those two things are spread far apart, and sometimes they're tightly interwoven. Yeah. You know what? The amp simulator that I just used was from frickin' Seed to Stage. If you guys don't know about his YouTube channel, I highly recommend that you go watch it. Seed to Stage. He plays in a band called Earth Cry, or maybe that's his... He plays in another band, but I forgot what the name of it was. Anyway, he's awesome. He just seems like the kind of guy you want to hang out with. Yeah. That's it, Pike Bishop. I mean, honestly, we've gotten so many submissions over the years, and the taste level has been just a little bit off. And if it's a little bit off, there's nothing I can do to fix that. Even if you have really good production skills, if your taste level isn't exactly aligned with what we do at Samfara and Exosphere, it's really hard to impress that on someone. So, you know how they say in food, it's an acquired taste? Like, if you don't like the taste of something at the beginning, like you have to like learn to like it or understand it, and then once you finally understand it, you're like, oh, I see. You know? Like, why would you do that? Well, why would you, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. Colorado base. Seed to Stage, yes. I think he has a video. I mean, I just watched the video. It was called like, you know, getting a better tone with just Ableton, and then he gave away these 8 amp racks for free on Gumroad. Bless his heart, Anthony. If you're watching or you ever watch this channel, shout out, man. Appreciate you. I've learned a lot from you. This needs a okay. A little deeper cut on the filter. But do you hear how when I make that deep cut, like this is running at 8 bars, right? It's an 8-bar triangle LFO. And because it's 8 bars, it allows you to not become disinterested in that sequence because it changes so much over the course of time. You hear that? I think that's a very important point because we've been listening to this track now for almost an hour. But listen. Listen what happens. It dips way down. We can dip even further. To the point where it almost goes away. And then watch, it's gonna come back. See, the fact that it does do that little LFO thing. Listen. You get into the good stuff right here. It's my favorite part about ambient music. Yeah, fading stuff in and out over time. That's what we talked about. Layering the sequences. I hope I've made sense today. And I hope that the points that I made hit home. Because I really want you guys to hop on board and just start designing your own stuff. And then send it in our Discord. You can join our community. this channel, the direction that this channel has taken, and it's taken on a life of its own. And believe me, I'm the captain of the ship, all right? I am completely obsessed with growing this channel in any way possible, and for a good reason and for a good cause. So, final thoughts here. You can do it. Simple as that. You can do it. Even if you don't feel like you're gonna be anywhere near a symphonic level anytime soon, just keep on hammering away. The tools that I used today were very accessible, they were simple, and the techniques that I showed you were sound, all right? So, use those things to your advantage, and you'll get there. It's only a matter of time, and I'll be with you every step of the way, all right? I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. You guys have been great. I'm honored, blessed, lucky. I've got another video coming out on Sunday, and yeah, let's do more live streams. Y'all brought me to this point. I gotta sign up for the YouTube Partner Program now. It's on, baby. Right back to mixing. Awesome. Deep Sub Micron, Synchrotron, Shane, Michael, Matthew Bell, Travesty, Pike, Dash, Andy Scott, y'all. IL Flow, I know you're out there. Night Psyche, Scott's probably there. Jim White, Inside the Pyramid, Sounds of Snow. You're my community. What can I say? Hey, listen, if any of y'all are sleeping on Discord, Discord is popping these days, all right? Join our Discord. Link is down below. We're there all the time. And tomorrow, I have a huge announcement. Tomorrow, we are doing a live world premiere on the Symphera Records YouTube channel at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please do not miss that. This album I've been listening to non-stop for 2 weeks, and it's nuts. It is such a crazy good album. So join us tomorrow for a live stream event. I'll be there. We're all gonna be there. It's gonna be lit. Super lit. So join us. This album is a collaboration between Don Tyler, the founder and co-founder of Symphera Records, and Isostatic from the UK, who sometimes watches this channel. I love both of those guys to the end of the earth. So, come tune in. You're not going to be disappointed. This album is off the chain. Those two guys, basically, okay, I'll say it right now. They only use hardware. So what you're going to listen to is a completely hardware-driven record from start to finish. It is pure magic. So, look forward to that. And like I said, I got another video coming out on Sunday, and I'll probably do a live stream at some point before then. If not, join me on Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank y'all so very much, Mickey Lee. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's not easy to be completely out of the box. I mean, 100%, I agree. Y'all have a wonderful day. Take good care. We are headed towards a very beautiful time in life. So take all of these words and all of my sheer joy and excitement for what I do and my passion for ambient music, and take that and apply that into your own lives and your own workflow, all right? Much love, as always. Keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Signs of Life, and I will see you all on the other side.